Yeah, oh my god, I just realized nugieboy could not be more equipped.
Yep. But we've seen Turbo pulling out the level 3. Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know, how's it feel, Zangief players?
Yo, it's your boy nugieboy. You read that right. I was banned from a tournament again. This is going to be more of a discussion slash philosophical video on fighting games, so feel free to listen while you lab your combos or something, especially if you don't want to see me get destroyed in grand finals. I started making FGC content at the beginning of this year by documenting my progress of trying to graduate from a Guilty Gear Strive beginner bracket. I entered every single week and did replay analysis of my runs until I eventually clutched it out in the very last beginner bracket, Solid Bones hosted, and won the whole thing. 1 month into the life of the game, Bones announced that Driving School, the newest iteration of his beginner bracket for Street Fighter 6, would begin. The rules were similar: Gold 5 or below to enter, and if you place top 3, you're banned. I had just gotten Gold 5, so I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to challenge myself again. I entered the very first bracket. I got put on the waitlist and didn't even really want to play because I had just got home from a trip and was pretty exhausted. But something interesting happened as I played. With no warm-up and kind of hungover from my trip, I just played my normal game and got to grand finals, winner side, and placed second overall. And since I placed top 3, I've already displayed a level of competence at the game that Bones would deem ban worthy. So instead of doing a replay analysis series, since I can't enter anymore, I just wanted to discuss some thoughts regarding improvement in fighting games, goal setting, what worked, and what I need to work on. So improvement. Improvement is really hard to recognize. When you're grinding every day, making incremental progress, it can be easy to get caught up in the I'm not good enough yet, I'm not getting better fast enough. It's just really easy to forget how long you've come since you started. But there's a couple ways to do it, right? You can look at really old replays, but the game's been only out for a month, so I know already I've improved a lot in Street Fighter 6 specifically. So I wanted to challenge myself with another beginner bracket because SF6 is such a different game from Strive, and I wanted to have a goal I could work towards over some time. But funnily enough, I thought I would have to make a whole nother run, and I didn't. It took me 11 brackets to graduate from Weeb Cup with Bridget, and I had already been playing the game for over a year at that point. But in Driving School, I graduated the very first one. So I just really wanted to emphasize that it's true what they say. Fighting game fundamentals, they do transfer game to game. So let's talk about what worked. Going into this game, after picking my character, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to know as soon as possible how to create looping Oki situations and create a really deadly offense off of my first neutral win. Because that's kind of what I do with Bridget, you know? This is the game plan that carried me in this bracket. I have already implemented a variety of mix-ups into my strategy that are really effective but also really simple. That being said, I took second, and I'm hella tight about that. Not only because I took first in the Strive bracket, but because I lost to Turbo in a pretty convincing bracket reset for a final score of 6-1. Turbo's a pot/Geef player who beat me when I got really deep into the Strive bracket at the beginning of the year. I got a little cocky because I 3-0'd them in winners final this time around, with the last match being a perfect. I wish I had a little more energy going into this bracket, but Turbo outplayed me. It is what it is. They really overwhelmed my mental stack. They started to do a bunch of DI, so I started to look out for that, but this gave them a bunch of free jump-ins, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been really focused on DI since the game came out, so my anti-airs at this moment in time are really lacking. So yeah, I gotta hold that. But I know what I need to work on. I didn't really set out with a hard goal to graduate from the bracket, and I wasn't mentally prepared to go very far that day because I wasn't even sure I was going to play right. When I realized I got top 3, obviously I wanted to win because it's basically my only chance to take the dub. And man, does it feel bad getting second. It never feels good losing, obviously, but it even feels worse taking second. Especially when you make a bunch of mistakes in grand finals and you could see yourself getting downloaded and feel yourself getting shook in real time. That being said, and massive OS incoming, I went into the bracket on the waitlist, didn't warm up, was hella tired from my trip. So overall, I'm happy to see my improvements carry over from Strive. I was a little worried that Strive and SF6 are such different games, I'm gonna have to start from the ground up again. But no, it's true. I've become a better fighting game holistically from my time in Strive. It's almost poetic in a way. Graduated from the last beginner bracket for Strive, And the first one for S of 6. Losing still feels bad, so even though I was tired as hell, I immediately started labbing more against Zangief. I thought I had a pretty good idea of what to do against him, but I wish I had more matchup experience. That being said, I think the biggest thing is my overall game sense isn't where it needs to be. Anti-airs are a lot harder for me in this game, as there's usually a specific answer to different jump angles, as opposed to Strive where it's quote-unquote just XP, bro. I have some ideas about how I can more compartmentalize my mental stack when looking out for anti-airs. I really prioritized my offense this first month, but I really need to incorporate some drills that rotate big swinging options that my opponent can do. So yeah, closing thoughts. I feel like I've come a long way since the beginning of 2023 and I'm really happy with my progress, but there's still a lot to do. In the next video, I'm going to show you some training drills I'll be doing that will help me remedy some issues I'm having. So if you want to improve your reactions, stay tuned for that video. That being said, shout out to Solid Bones for running the bracket as always. I'll have their socials down in the description, as well as a link to the VOD of the bracket so you can see me play if you're interested. At the time of this recording, Bones has upped the maximum ranking to Platinum 2. I highly encourage you to enter his bracket if you qualify. It's free and a whole lot of fun, and you should go have fun because Bones won't let me enter anymore even though I'm still Plat 1. But yeah, participating in his brackets have been an invaluable experience as I've ran into the same people week to week, and small rivalries as well as friendships have started from it. I can't recommend it enough if you're on the fence about entering an open bracket. A beginner bracket is a great way to dip your toes and get some tournament experience. If you've entered a beginner bracket, tell me about your experience. I would love to hear it. I think I've learned a lot about myself and fighting games just from going through this process of grinding one week to week, and now that I've graduated my second one, I think I consider myself a bit more intermediate and will probably not enter any more beginner brackets, at least for new games, right? Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like hearing discussions like this, leave a like, it helps a lot. If you're interested in hearing me talk about anything regarding the long road that is being a fighting game player, let me know what you'd like me to talk about. I really have a lot of these more philosophical ideas about improvement all the time, and they're a lot easier to do than some of my other videos. It's my goal to get good at Street Fighter 6 and share everything that I find useful. So if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. I've been nugieboy. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good one, and with that, I'm out.